Hey, how you doing, folks? So, my journey with Robert Johnson started. It started about 10 years ago when I bought the Robert Johnson New Transcriptions. Basically, it's his sheet music, all of his 31 recordings, 29 songs in the order that they were recorded on. And so I bought this book about 10 years ago, and I've fiddled around with it. I mean, it's Robert Johnson guitar, and his singing is not something you just fiddle around with. It's like, what I've learned, it's like a lifelong journey to even get to like scratch his surface. But anyway, so I bought this book about 10 years ago, and I've been playing it since. Messing around with it. But then last year during COVID, so last summer, my wife and I, we said that we wanted to stimulate the economy and shop at local stores and help the local small business owners out. So, of course, I walked into Billy O's Music with the intention of buying an old acoustic guitar, to play some Robert Johnson slide blues and stuff, play this kind of stuff. So Billy O pulls this down off the wall. It's a 1933 KG-14, made in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And he's like, "Here you go, dude, Robert Johnson guitar." I was like, yeah, all right. So I put it in open G tuning, and I started playing right there in the shop. I started playing, just sliding around. So I heard the sound of it, and I was mesmerized, and it just sounds old. It just sounds like vaudeville. It just sounds like a smoky juke joint in Mississippi, man. With just some dude sitting there playing guitar and all kind of people dancing. It just has that sound, man. But at the time when I bought it from Billy O's Music in Griffith, Indiana, the best guitar shop around that I know of. When I bought it, I did not know that Robert Johnson played at Kalamazoo, or 1930s Kalamazoo. I didn't know it. And it was crazy. I got this guitar home and just dove right into, the Robert Johnson music and playing. And the sound is just mesmerizing. It's just like I sit in the yard or I sit in here and I just hear it. I'm like haunted by it. So anyways, I get it home, I'm going crazy learning Robert Johnson all over YouTube, looking for Robert Johnson guitar lessons, and I realized quickly, I think about a month or so after I had this guitar home, I discovered that Johnson used the Kalamazoo in both of his recording sessions, in Dallas and in San Antonio in 1936, I think. But when you listen to the recordings and you listen to this guitar, it's just like so crazy. I mean, it sounds exactly like it. And I'm not saying that I can make it sound like Johnson or anything like that. Guitar players, musicians, you know what I mean? I mean, you could never play exactly the way a person plays an instrument, But the sound, it's there, man. It's there, and it just blows me away. And so yeah, it was like about a year ago, that I discovered this guitar and started playing the music hard. And so now since then I've put together this Robert Johnson tribute show. And then, so basically what I do is I play Robert Johnson tunes, but then I go to electric guitar and I play the tunes from the guys from England who point to Robert Johnson as their number one influence, as the blues, the Robert Johnson Mississippi Delta blues being their number one influence in their guitar playing and style. And actually, when Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, you could seal it. You could see it. It's the same. There's a lot of the same patterns. The 1-4-5. But anyways, that's getting that's above. That's getting too technical. But anyways, so yeah, man, I've been on this Robert Johnson journey about a year playing this music, and I just see big things for it, man. I feel like I have such a passion to tell this story of this man. I mean, of this like poor kid from Mississippi who was killed died at the age of 27. But his music has impacted and continues to impact millions of people, man. I mean, into the future. And I think, I'm trying to make it live on. I'm trying to make sure it's alive for the next 100 years. I woke up this morning, feeling around for my shoes. You know about these old walking blues. Feeling around for my shoes. Well, you know about that, babe. Woo, Lord, I got the blues. Resonator guitar, and I started playing some blues and some slide guitar, and this was probably about 10 years ago. I kind of learned this lick for Traveling Riverside Blues. It was kind of like so it was that lick. I kind of learned that, and then I played that, and I played like Walking Blues, which was actually like Eric Clapton style. Woke up this morning, feel around for my shoes. But then the crazy thing is, when I learned the Robert Johnson version, which was within the last year, he plays it more like I woke up this morning, feel around for my shoes. You know about these old walking blues. So when Clapton played it much more cooler and slower and more like even. And Johnson just like blew it out and let it just hang out. It's just crazy. I can't even, as hard as I try, I can't come to the energy that Johnson played that song. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy, and his blues, it's just timeless. I went to the crossroad, fell down on my knees. I went to the crossroads, fell down on my knees. Well, I asked the Lord above, have mercy. Save old Bob, if you please.